You are tuned in to WSPN, Women's Sports Prime Network, the home of empowerment in women's sports.
Alrighty, hello, and welcome right here, right now to WSPN. I'm Andrew Van Zark, and today's going to be a little different. We're not going to broadcast a game. We're going to talk a little bit about the AUSL and check out some of the most incredible moments that we've seen so far in the AUSL. You know, there's lots of good things to be showcasing at this point in time, and lots of great plays have been happening when it comes to the AUSL. So I hope that all of you can sit down and enjoy yourself a good time. Get yourself a snack, get yourself a drink or anything, and let's get ourselves aware of what's good. So I hope that you're enjoying yourself as much as you can. And I think that things are gonna be awesome. As you can see on the screen right there, Tuesday 7 p.m. ET Bandits at Talons, MLB.com, MLB.tv, and MLB. We're gonna have many things happening at this point in time. So let's get ourselves aware of what's good and what's not. I hope that you're all having a great day and a great night. I'm here just sipping my coffee, and we're getting ourselves aware of what's good. So, first video that I want to show you is Hannah Flippin's 3-run home run. Look at that. Let me show you. That was incredible. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a check right here. As you can see, look at that homer. It goes in, deep right in, and there it goes. It is out. It takes over the wall, and everything looks crazy, you know? A 3-run home run for the Talons. That is incredible, to say the least, you know, if you ask me. So, look at that. Hannah Flippins, as I like to say, flipping the game. I like what she did and how she was doing things. Pretty awesome if you ask me, you know. So those are the stuff that I have been happening so far, and that I've been enjoying from the AUSL in itself, you know. What else do you need? What else do you want when it comes to Hannah Flippins? You know, and then we have the Grand Slam from Bailey Klinger, you know, the Grand Slam. Check it out, check it out, check it out. The Grand Slam. Boom. There he goes. Klinger sends it in, and it goes deep, and they try to grab it. They couldn't. And there you go. A Grand Slam. Can you believe that? A Grand Slam. Arguably her biggest hit this whole time. Klinger. That was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy if you ask me, you know. Those are crazy hits. You know, and players, I think some of the players that we should be keeping our eye on at this point in time is Klinger, one of them. Another one is another one from the Talons is Briellas, Flippins. From Volt, we have to keep an eye on the Volts. We have to keep it with Clark. Clark is a good one that I could say. From the Blazes, Klinger is the one. Yeah, you know, Klinger. I was trying to think of another one, but Klinger is the one that you have to look out for. So let's check it a little bit more on the teams in itself and how they're doing. Because let me go back here. As you can see, Bandits are number 1, 5-1. Talents right now are 4-2, and then Vault are 2-4. They're third, and then the Blazes are 1-5. But let's get ourselves an overview here with the Bandits. So, as you can see here, the Bandits stay hot. You know, the Bandits stay hot with fiery 3-game sweep versus Vaults in Sulphur. So Louisiana hot sauce is perfectly mild when compared to the athletes on Softball League Bandits. The Bandits put some extra sizzle into Sulphur, Louisiana this past weekend with a dominant 3-game sweep of the Vaults to improve their first place record to 5-1. Over 3 games, the Bandits scored 6 runs in each of their victories, outscoring the Vaults 18-6. Quoting here, I think right now we are firing on all cylinders, said head coach Stacy Newman Dennis, whose team opened the season by taking 2 of 3 from the Talons in Rosemont, Illinois. The offense is producing. The pitchers, no matter who it is, whatever the situation, they're just coming through. Good vibes, for lack of better terms. The good vibes are good. Here is how those good vibrations happened for the Bandits. So let's dive in a little bit, because we've seen games going back and forth with good stuff with the Bandits, the Talons, the Blazes, and the Vaults. But we've seen pretty good stuff from the Talons and the Bandits so far. Those are 2 good teams that are unstoppable at this point in time. I wouldn't know if at some point the Talons could flip it against the Bandits, but that's what things are going. And as we said right here, the Bandits and the Talons are going to go tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's going to be a really good matchup, if you ask me. So when a sellout crowd comes out, you have to put on a show, obviously. So that's just what the Vaults and Bandits did in Game 1. They proven a little bonus softball during a 9-inning nail biter. 165 by the Bandits in 9 innings. This game had it all. Home runs, base runners circling the bases after a dropped third strike, and a pair of gusty pitching performances. So it was electric, said Bandits shortstop Skylar Wallace, who took a couple for the team by being hit by 2 pitches. You had all these little girls hooting and hollering at the first inning. I was a little bit nervous because all these eyes are on you, but we settled in. It was just really cool to see people show up for softball. It's been way overdue for people to invest into us, and what we have to offer has been so amazing to see. Those are the stuff that makes this league amazing. We've seen record-breaking attendances on the NCAA, and then it translates perfectly with the Unlimited Softball League. The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is just showing that record-breaking attendance, and people are just going for it, and I like it. I sure like it. And there is nothing else that we want to do, for these matches. So the Bandits look like they're going to coast after a 3-0 lead in the second inning on a leadoff home run by Danielle Wiz and an RBI single by Wallace. But the Vaults shocked Bandits starting pitcher Alexi Kilfoyle with 4 runs in the third, one coming on a leadoff homer by Mackenzie Clark, and 3 more coming on Tiara Jennings' homer. So those are the stuff that we've been seeing so far with the Vaults and the Bandits and all that, These are the stuff that we are getting ourselves into at this point in time. And I'm really actually enjoying all the good stuff that we've seen when it comes to Athletes Unlimited Softball, What else do you want? And the Talons versus the Bandits, that's going to be a great matchup. Yes, sir. That's going to be a great matchup. For sure. So, we've seen the 9-inning walk-off winner right there. Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. And we can see what happened here, and the good stuff that we have acquired ourselves into. Look at that. Let me see if they have the video feed. But that was Wiz. Wiz did an amazing job there. There were 6 runs for the Bandits 10 hits and 2 errors. Even with 2 errors, they managed to get to the point they wanted to be. So I hope that the Bandits continue to show the good stuff that they have been doing. You can see here, had some extra fun today, y'all. Go Volts. We are coming for y'all. TM. I had all of tables at work just as invested as I was. That's how it goes. I like that. We all like that. And we're all going to be in good shape at this point in time. And then after that, oh, here's the video feed of the that's how it goes. That's the home run right there. Her first home run of the season. Sid the Kid. Have a day. Let's go. Those are the stuff that I think that makes this league amazing, Early and often, when you face somebody for an at bat or two, depending on the hitter, Sarah's best pitch is her changeup. Norman Dennis said, she does a really good job of mixing speeds, so she slows you down a little bit, and then Taylor comes in with gas and gets on your hand, They have a heavy righty lineup. She gets in on their hands. It's a hard adjustment to make as a hitter. It was a good combination, really was a nice compliment to each other. Taylor's got good stuff and good velo, but it makes it feel faster when you've just been kind of getting lulled a little bit, and you've had to see all these changeups. Now it's like hard coming at you. It was a fun combo to watch. She was dialed. She was as good as I've seen her, I thought. The Bandits traveled to Wichita for rematch against the Talons in a 2-game series Tuesday and Wednesday. So you better get yourself aware of that. That's going to be a good game. I think the two best teams going head to head. Oh, that's going to be wild. It's going to be probably a back-to-back hitting and destruction for sure. For sure. Trust me, you're going to go nuts and wild with that. Anyways, let's go back here to the video feeds and let me show you the awesomeness of this home run from Brielis. Ocasio pitches, she goes in, she swings, and there on the right side of the field goes out for a solo home run. For a solo home run. It was her first in her career, and honestly, look at that. She hits it really precisely, goes in, she starts running, and the ball goes out right on the right side of the field, near the foul line. Crazy if you ask me. Very crazy. I've been loving all these home runs, all these good swings and hits. It's been more than amazing what we've seen here, and this is just the beginning. This is just the start of a nice era, and I sure hope that we can get things further than what they are. Further than what they have been placed in our hands at this point in time. The AUSL has great players. And we can't deny that, Talons, Sam Laundry, Klinger, Clark, Ocasio. Such good players. Such good players. All right. And there ain't much that we can do when it comes to the AUSL. It's been great. For those of you tuning in right now to the show, you can comment down below and talk and chat. your favorite players, your favorite team, what made you get into softball, and just overall how you're feeling about the season, because it's been nothing but amazing, if you ask me. So that's how it goes. That is literally how it goes. And if we check around on different places of the internet, like for example X.com, and we search for the AUSL, not the official page, but the hashtag that they have, and you can see the AUSL, and then we go search, click a roo right there. Exactly. And we see all this stuff that has been, look on the opening series. On the opening series, the impressions have been 41 million. Engagement has been 2 million. New followers have been 151,220. And video views in total has been 13,271. 13,271,839 video views. Like, come on. What else do you want? It's crazy, if you ask me. And then account that the players are so friendly. The players actually like interacting with fans. And they're not like all huggled in their selfishness. Cause trust me, every time a athlete goes pro, it just shows when they become selfish and self-centered. And here's another player. Her name is Ali Aguilar, and she hits dingers. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. And there it goes, flying away. What else do you want? That's just a dinger. Dingers and dingers back to back. Crazy. So, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at this tweet right here. So softball is booming in 2025. Full NCAA tourney aired on ESPN. 2.4 million viewers watched Texas win its first natty. And AUSL Pro League launches with MLB support. And the sport's growth is no longer potential, it's proof. Like, seriously, what else do you want? What else do you need? This is what we're up against right now. Awesome skills and whatnot. And here we go. Let's get things in perspective here. So softball's officially on the rise, and it's 2025. It might go down as the most important year in sports history. So from regionals all the way to Oklahoma City, that's never happened before. And it's marked a major shift in how the sport is being invested in, consumed, and respected. There's even more podcasts discussing softball. There's more streams. I've heard radio feeds. I do myself narrations of softball as a softball journalist. I've seen incredible amount of numbers when it comes to softball. So in 2025, the Women's College World Series Championship Series, Texas defeated Texas Tech to win its first ever national title. Game 3 drew a massive 2.3 million viewers, and that's not accounting all the small people like myself that were doing broadcast on the radio. They're just accounting the ESPN TV broadcast. They're not accounting the radio stuff that like myself that we did, or the YouTube streams that we're doing subpar broadcast of the game. Those are things that people are not accounting. Those are things that people are not putting into the numbers. So 2.3 million is still a little short for what the whole thing came in. When Texas Tech took that first win on the second game, which extended the game to a third, which was if necessary. We seen people all around the world that adore and love the NCAA go crazy for softball, And I was talking to someone that was actually right there on Texas when the game happened, and it was just incredible how the people were doing barbecues and parties just to watch the Texas Tech versus Texas Longhorn matchup. It was incredible, that final blew out of perspective. It blew out of proportions. It was going nuts in many shapes and forms. So we had crazy NIL investments on some of the players. Like for example, pitcher like DeJare Conade of Stanford and Sam Laundry of Louisiana helped define this tournament. With dominant performances that captivated national audiences. Coaches like Gary Glasgow have built programs that are now on the national radar, and the game's leadership is extending with names like Kim Ng, the AUSL's new senior advisor, helping guide the next chapter of professional softball. And she used to play softball back in the 90s, and she was the commissioner or the owner or something of the Marlins on the MLB. So she has experience on this sort of ventures. And that's right. The AUSL, uh, um, the Athletes Unlimited Softball League is officially now launching in 2020. In 2025, offering team-based professionals league backed by private investments, TV distribution, and vision for long-term growth. And that's awesome. And it signals elite fast-pitch players will finally have legitimate pro pathways. Softball isn't just growing; it's being seen, valued, and elevated in many shapes and forms. And those are the stuff that make the sport more viable. Next year we're gonna have the professional baseball league, and it's going to be women's professional baseball league. And the MLB was like, you know what? Even though we back up women's baseball and softball, we have to give it to softball. It's on the rise, and it will bring people to many different degrees. And that's what I'm loving about this and what I'm enjoying so far of the AUSL. There's nothing else I would love to get myself acquaintance to. Let me respond to this person because she did a good video. All right, I want to keep that there because I want to watch it. I've actually heard a few little things here and there, and it was actually interesting. But this is more than amazing. This is um what softball, what the sport is all about. And nothing else. We don't want nothing else. You know, and it's all been crazy from this point. Right there in the middle, boom. There you have it, Kim NG. Right there. What else do you want? What else do you want and what else do you need? Here are some of the images from the AUSL. Look at those. Look at those pretty pictures. Those are just nice players. We've witnessed top-notch players. Top-notch. Top-notch. And if you see here, there's also cards available. We have co-pitcher of the series. We have this are the series awards on the AUSL. These are players to be looking at. This, there you have right there, Flippins. I was not expecting to get into more players. I thought that the ones that I was already into were the ones that I was going to keep an eye on. But I've had an amazement with new players in my arsenal of liking. And this is looking better. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that amount of players right now. It's amazing. Look at the caliber of that pitch. You know, scored in 3-game series between Talons and Blaze, 57 runs. Like, come on, 57 runs. Dude. The Talons have done 31 runs, 32 hits, and 7 home runs. Like, what else do you want? Okay, and the Blazers have done 26 runs, 32 hits, and 7 home runs. Similar in a way to the Talons, but the Talons have a stronger scorage there with the 31 runs. You know, pretty crazy if you ask me. You know, pretty damn crazy. The Talons, you know, they are just wild. They're just wild. They show you the claw and they put the claw right there on your face. And then you don't know what else to do after that point, after that, you know? And those are the stuff that makes us feel like the AUSL is just worth it. Every minute of it, every second of it, it's just incredible. You know, from the fans, from the social media, to everything, you know. Again, let me show you again. Let me show you again the impressions, the engagement, the new followers, and the video views. Like, look at those numbers. I want you to see them again. They are skyrocketing to a degree that's crazy. Players to watch, players to keep an eye on. Hannah Flippins, Sarah Willis, Sierra Romero. Well, Sierra Romero is great, amazing. And then we've seen with the Grand Slam of Bailey Klinger. Those are players you should keep an eye on, and you should always be like aware that they are there and they can give us a good flow. So don't miss out on that. If you are not willing to check that out, you're losing your time at this point in time. See? The first Grand Slam in AUSL history. And I know there's going to be many more to come, but it's the first one, you know. This is history right here in the making. History, and I tell you, history. Don't think it twice. It is history in the making. Like, come on. What else do you want? What else do you need? And what else are you going to get yourself into? Like, hello. Hello and goodbye. That's what I'm going to say. Anyways. Let's continue here with some more awesome videos. Here is Morgan Sarsclay or Sarsclay. Look at that. Boom. Bing boom bomb. And out it goes. And she gave us that home run for the Bandits. Bing boom bomb. Riding it like a cowgirl. There you go. Second home run, but historic. Here's some more. Here's Taylor McQueenly seals the Bandits 6-0 victory. Look at that. Bum. McQuilling showing the nice pitching for a strikeout. Incredible. Like, you've seen back-to-back great videos, awesome stuff that has been happening throughout the season, you know? From the beginning, Bailey Klinger game tying 2-run singles. Senior Romero's go ahead 2-run homers, you know? Caroline Jacobson first home run of the season. Like, this league, it's like seeing a bunch of Aaron Judges, Harpers, and Otanis thrown out there, like a bunch of those duplicated into a 4-team league. And they're expecting to grow some more, and they're expecting to give us some more teams throughout the years. You know, and I'm more than impressed with the caliber of stuff that we've seen all this season. So I hope that you've been having a great time and you've been enjoying yourself. You can let me know from where are you tuning in. I'm more than happy to continue the discussion. And yeah, let's do this. The AUSL. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing players, to say the least. And let's give ourselves a little bit of a tweet out there, and showcase some love for all the good players out there. The hashtag AUSL. The AUSL official is just amazing with great players all around. So let's continue to support for more women in sports. Tab, clack, and let's exactly. Nothing else to be said and done at this point in time. Great players and great things. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's post this right here. And let's post this. I'm going to do a post. I'll go back to that in a few. Boom. Boom. Do 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 do. All right, let's choose from here. Paste that right there. Yeah, sure. Let me actually find the at of the AUSL YouTube. Exactly. This is what I'm looking for. Uh, uh, I think I'm gonna have to, yeah, I'm gonna have to use that. Go. And there we go. Post. Great. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me check a route here for a second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Alrighty. I like the Talons merch and the vaults. Even though the Blazes have my favorite color scheme, this is looking amazing. Let's see what's in stock for the Talons, you know? Let me see. $89 for that jersey. Ooh. Ooh, Megan Faraimo. I love that. Alright. Ooh, Skylar. Nice. Alright. Ooh, oh. $35 for that. I was expecting 20. What is this? This looks cute. That looks very cute. Ooh. Nice. Ooh, a sticker. Ooh, a coffee mug. Don't mind if I do. I drink a lot of tea and coffee. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love the stickers, though. I like the stickers. Ooh, the keychain. The keychain. Yes, sir. For those of you joining in, welcome, 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 welcome to the show right here. We're just commentating and getting ourselves aware of all the good stuff that the AUSL have shown us and gave us this amazing season, you know, and stuff like that, you know. It's a great opener, and things have been looking like incredible, if you ask me. So yeah, the styles, the stuff, you know, like for example, Mikael Enderfield she's a great catcher, you know. And I like that. I like that. Athletes Unlimited Softball League, AUSL. Presented to you by MLB. And it's looking real good. All right. So, for those of you that are tuning in right now to the show right here, what has been your expectations and what has been actually fulfilled as correct? That this is what I expected, and what are the best moments you've had so far? Like so far, my favorite moments have been the Shroud Out 2-run single from Ali Shipman. Another one has been the Briella solo home run. The Grand Slam by Klinger, that's one of my favorite ones at this point in time. The Hana Flippins 3-run home run, that is more than crazy, you know. And I think that these players are just doing great, you know. So I hope that you all been having a great time. This was just a short broadcast of the and stream of the overview of the AUSL at this point in time. And it's been more than amazing, you know, and I'm just expecting good stuff. Remember, tomorrow we're going to have a game, 7 p.m. ET, Bandits at Talons. You can watch on the MLB.com, MLB TV, or MLB app, or you can choose tune into my broadcast, and I'll be more than happy to give you my insight, my analysis and commentary and play-by-plays. So don't go anywhere. And tune in tomorrow if you are willing to and you have the chance to, because we have to watch the Bandits versus the Talons. You know, that's going to be a crazy game with crazy high stakes. So thank you all for being here, and I appreciate you all. Saichien, sayonara, bye. Let's play ball.
You are tuned in to WSPN, Women's Sports Prime Network, the home of empowerment in women's sports.